Good morning, good afternoon. How you doing? What's my name? I've had a shower, but I hadn't fixed this hair yet. Ooh. I got just enough natural wave in my hair to kind of make it crazy. I got the dishwasher going, but if you saw the rest of this house, you'd be like, Suki Sue, what's wrong with you? I gotta show you this. What has happened here? What has happened? What has happened? What threw up on this cabinet? What threw up in the floor? Why is that pillow there? What is that Ray Dunn spring stuff doing there? What is all that fall stuff doing there from Hobby Lobby? I'm cleaning out this cabinet. Oh, I still have 2 drawers to go. The pillow was for me to put my honey on yesterday when I was emptying out the bottom. I'm determined to get this cabinet cleaned out and organized today because that's ridiculous to open the doors and miscellaneous junk just go everywhere. If it's going to be a storage cabinet, it needs to be a real storage cabinet. So, don't think this is probably not a good time to show you, but I never did. I'm horrible. Sometimes I don't share everything I buy because I don't want to sound braggy. Not that I buy a whole lot, but when I buy. But these lamps, we took down the old mirror there. This mirror was actually given to us as a wedding present. And Ashley and Michael have used it for years. I noticed they didn't have it up and it was under the bed. And so I said, if y'all not going to use that anymore, I think I want it back. So we've played around. Let me just spin you there. Throw up in the floor. This room has got to have some help. It's gorgeous at Christmas, but I just haven't done anything to it since then. But Ashley had bought me this for my birthday, which I absolutely love. They are actually designed to go on your front porch. I've seen them on Etsy and Facebook and Instagram. And they're hard and everything. I don't know. I just think that they would decline with the weather. And before Jody came to visit, I was kind of trying to get things moved around and get new things hung up. So I put it there, or John and I put it there. And I like it there. And it'll probably stay there even with all the Christmas below it because I have a tree here and a tree here. And yes, I'm already thinking Christmas. And yes, I think I'm actually ready to take fall out. Now, we hung this picture up. We've had different things there. That lamp is not going to stay there. When John and I got married, John's sister bought me this rabbit. It was different because one of them stood up real tall. But this is a gorgeous piece. And when we moved from our first house into the rental house, I had it sitting in the floor, which John's mother told me years later she couldn't understand why I had it in the floor, but I had it sitting down next to the dresser and something fell off the dresser. And I'm talking about the rabbit came up way high. It came up high and then there was one smaller. And when I dropped something off the dresser, it broke the whole head off and shattered it. And I screamed. Ashley and John thought somebody had been murdered. I never had anything expensive and nice like that before. I was heartbroken. So just Felicia, my precious sister-in-law, is getting rid of some stuff, and she knew I wanted that. She let me have it. So I haven't found the exact place for it yet. I think it's going to go in the guest bedroom, and I think I'm going to do a really nice arrangement in it. I love it. It's gorgeous. Let me tell you the picture. Let me just tell you the story behind the picture. I don't think I have before. Sissy and I, my sister, years ago went to an estate sale. And she saw this first. And I love roses, as you can tell by the wallpaper that I've got in the foyer. And this is an old picture, and it's, you know, it's probably not expensive. The frame is beautiful. It's a great frame. But I'm not going to say it was worth that. And I know if she bought it, she probably didn't pay a whole lot for it. But she put her stinking little hands on it before I saw it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want that. And she's like, I want it. It looks so good in my living room. And I said, well, you found it. I mean, she found it in another room. I wasn't even there. I always told her, I want that picture. I want that picture. Well, she helped me move in here. Let me see if I can tell this without crying. Of course, she helped me move in here. She always helped me do everything, just like I helped her do everything. And, red face. I'm burning up. I got out of the shower and I'm burning up. So we had moved in, and she was going to come over one day and just help me to get stuff in my cabinets, and just, you know, just a work day that many of the work days you have to have when you move in. And so I think I'm in the bedroom or somewhere, and I heard her say, babe. And I was like, what? And she's like, come here, look what I found. And I'm like, what you found? And she said, yes, hurry, hurry. I come running in here. She had gone out to the car, and she had gotten that stinking picture. She said, look. And I'm looking at her like, what is your picture doing here? And she's like, it's not my picture. It's yours. Ooh. Of course, we both squalled, and I hugged her. That's what she was. She was so giving. I knew I'd cry if I told this. Oh, she would do anything to make me happy. So, John, I said, it's time to put it back up. So I got to find the right lamps to go with it, and what to go around it. Because I love this wall. I mean, I love this room painted this light color. It used to be dark, dark red. And I love it. And I especially love it at Christmas. The story. This was my first piece that I won at an auction. And I bid against myself. And the auctioneer got tickled. He said, ma'am, you're bidding against yourself. But the green glasses, they used to come in either in oatmeal or dishwashing detergent. Yes. Glasses and stuff used to come in products when you bought it. But Sissy had several of the big ones, and she had nowhere to put them. Well, because she had them, we started finding them at yard sales in different places when we would go around, maybe one at a time. Because this is like a dessert, and I forget what this one's called. Maybe a little cocktail, I don't know. But these are like desserts, and these are like drinking glasses, and this is like a juice glass this size. So she had all those big glasses, and she had nowhere to put them. So we put them in my china cabinet at my house, and I kept them 7, 8 years, something like that. Well, she got her a big china cabinet. She said, I want my glasses back. And I said, what glasses? My green glasses. And I said, those are not your glasses. Those are my glasses. She said, no, they're not. And I said, but they've been in my cabinet all these years. They're so beautiful. So we split them. Typical Sissy. And so, of course, now I have them all back now since she's gone. But I started buying pieces when John and I would go antique, and I started finding them and buying them. And really, you could use them at Christmas, but we don't have those kind of dinners. I just love them. I may never use them for anything, but I just absolutely love them. I love red and white transfer. So, didn't mean to start a little tour. I was going to show you the best. But let me explain to you. Haley Thomason comes on our live stream a lot. And you've heard me talk about Mitzi's on Main in Blue Ridge, Georgia. And that's where these lamps came from. And I don't know if you remember, but I bought Ashley one. They are metal. This is metal. And oh my gosh, when I saw them, I was like, I gotta have them. They were a little pricey, but they are so unique. So when Jody was coming, I had not done anything to this cabinet. And of course, I've got all my red and white transferware down there. Probably will never use it, but love it, love it, love it. Just don't buy any more anymore because I've got so much of it. And I really want John to put me a light in there so it shines down. These dishes down here, John and I started collecting after we first got married. Just love them. So I have a lot of red and white transferware. But when Jody Saladino was coming, I was like, I need to do something to this cabinet. I had this sitting here, and I went downstairs to see what all I had, and I found those pink flowers, and I was like, I used all these pink flowers 2 years ago when I gave my great niece Maddie a graduation party. And I took those and stuck those in the basket, and John said, I love that. That looks so good against those flowers. And I said, and they've been sitting downstairs. I got them all at Hobby Lobby, 50% off, but they are beautiful. And so I'll keep those in there till I start my fall decorating, and then I'll probably put them out again next spring. But is that not beautiful, those lamps? And put the old mirror back up. And I just think it all looks gorgeous against my wallpaper. But we actually had this wallpaper in our first house we built, but we only lived there a year, so I was by no means tired of it. And we will be here 19 years in Thanksgiving weekend, and I'm still not tired of it. And of course, we had transoms made to go. We designed these from old designs. These are not old transoms. And then the rest of the house has got these over them. Well, the doorway's here and going into the back hall. So anyway, y'all want to come over, help me clean this up and get it organized? I'm looking at it and it's like, okay, I'll use this, I'll use that, I'll use this. And that's my little thing that Lynette gave me, and I had taken it down at Christmas and didn't even realize I hadn't put it back up. So that's going back up today, Lynette. When I got in there last night, I was like, there you are. So everything will start changing. Everything's kind of plain. This is all of our deer antlers, and we had to bring them in off the porch because you see where that antler's going. That's because squirrels eat deer antlers. Get out of here. So John and I just put them in that basket, and I thought they looked really good sitting up there. Look at this beautiful girl. You can tell she was so much younger. She was 27. God, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bride. So let's get busy, guys. I can't use that. I turned it on and he let a Sunday school word out. I just asked him, I said, do you feel like you let the other woman get away today?
And I said,
yes. Hold on. He has been looking at guns today. And
I've been looking for really for 2 or 3 months.
Hey, do I look better than I did earlier? I did a video, red face, and I cleaned up. He's been looking for a few months, and he'd bought a gun for security at church. And so he went today, and gosh, you'd probably been there 3 hours. Or did you go to the other place first?
No, I just went to Simmons.
Oh, okay. But anyway, he calls me and tells me that he finds one that is a custom made gun, and that it was quite expensive. I'm like, baby, you never spend any money. I think push it down. Just push it straight down. There you go. And I said, you know, the man works 50, 60 hours a week sometimes, and he just doesn't spend any money. And I'm like, and so he was telling me about, had that one, then had another, and I was like, buy both of them. If you want them, buy them. You never spend any money. So he didn't do what I said. He goes back in there. He didn't get the custom one. And then, was it before you left? Had they already called the guy or something about the gun?
No, the guy called and told him he wanted it.
If you didn't get it, he wanted it.
Yes.
And so he feels like the other woman got away.
And what happened as soon as I'm like, well, which one do you think? I asked the sales guy. The salesman told me, he said, well, if you've never really run one of these kind of guns, talking about firing them, he said, I would start out with the less expensive one and then just move up to it. Which I'd already told him, I'm like, well, it's probably going to be one gun, you know. And
so the one you bought today, what did you buy it for?
I really bought it for home defense.
Home defense, okay.
Yeah. The other one I got is a concealed carry gun.
Yeah, it's what he uses in security at church.
And it's a very small gun, and that's concealable. And this one is one that's big enough to grab a hold of it and start.
And you know, I heard on, I don't know if y'all watch Officer Tatum on YouTube. He's a retired policeman and has a big YouTube channel. He's a big conservative, but he was talking to some guys. They said there's been more guns bought in the last few months than ever has been. Because,
well, it started out that there was a huge run on account of the riots.
Right.
And then the pandemic hit, and then people were staying home, and then they got word about home invasions and getting robbed and all that. So,
well, and the talk keeps being that they're going to take the guns away from
you never
good,
know.
honest citizens that know really what to do with a gun. And there's no way I'd give my gun up if I had one.
Well,
they say they're going to buy them back, and what it's talking about is forcing you to give up your gun. So you're going to give up a gun when you're an honest person, and then the criminals are going to be buying them off the market.
Well, it's like a bumper sticker said one time that I saw. When they outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns.
That's true. That is exactly true. That is so true.
And then regular people be able to defend themselves.
Yeah. And you know, people collect guns. And I mean, it's like you collect coins.
Mm-hmm.
They collect guns, but it's the guns in people that are going to do bad regardless. And the gun violence is not because of the gun, it's because of the person that's holding it. I don't know. You may disagree. Maybe a controversial subject, I don't know. But he is just distraught about the gun that he didn't get. And I'm like, babe, okay, listen. You didn't want to spend that kind of money and put it on a shelf. He said, no, I didn't. That's the reason I didn't get it. And I said, okay, you did what you thought was right. But John, y'all don't know, John has purchasing anxiety.
I do.
He does. Even on this, if I had not said, this is the car I want, we probably still wouldn't have a car.
No, I wouldn't have rushed it.
We didn't rush it. We sold our car. That's what we rushed. With your uncle wanting the car, he loves his uncle and he wanted to make him happy, and we got a good deal on it. But you know, that's what we rushed, if anything. But he's like, he would have still been looking. He wanted to go to yet another city to look, and I said, no, I can't handle this. I have to make a decision. When I see stuff, I pretty much know if I want it. Now, there's times that I wished I hadn't, like with my Apple laptop, that I still, I can use the laptop.
Well,
It's just the pictures and the videos that I can't get on a hard drive that I hate. On an external drive, I hate it. I'm about ready to sell it. And I know I'll lose money when I sell it. And I know I'll lose money when I sell it, but I'm about ready to sell it. Did you make a face? I'll catch it when I'm in it. Get it and I need to clear up space on my phone. Now, this is another thing. Now, I love my Apple phone. I mean, my iPhone. I love it. But when you delete a picture from your iPhone, it deletes off your computer and it deletes off of iCloud. Why?
It's called synchronizing.
Well, synchronizing is stupid. Why do you have the iCloud if you need to clear your phone out and all your pictures disappear?
Now,
your iCloud what?
Your iCloud is really your backup.
Right.
Now, I mean, it is storage. Don't get me wrong. It is storage.
You're saying it's just a backup.
But it was not.
Backup is not the same as storage.
No, you can. If you lose your phone and you get a new phone, you can restore your phone.
Okay, but that doesn't make any. Not if you've had. So that means if you take 9,000 pictures, you got to keep them on there at all time for them to be backed up.
Well, if you got it syncing,
let's.
I'm gonna give you the most real world solution.
Okay.
let's just say you got your pictures syncing with your iCloud and your telephone
Right.
and your MacBook Pro, whatever.
Right.
And let's just say you're up at the lake and your phone falls off into the lake.
Right.
You go to the Apple Store or wherever.
And I understand that's a bad condition.
Yeah,
I
and you
understand.
say, oh, my phone fell
Yeah,
in the lake.
I understand that.
And they'll sell you a new phone.
I understand
You
that.
go download your stuff right back to
So,
your
but
phone,
what are you
you're right
supposed
back-
to do? And which I'm not using near the storage. Mine's got 256 megs. But when I do a video, 256
Yeah.
gig. Okay. When I do a video on iMovie on my phone, it requires me to clear some space. I don't know why, but it does. Maybe I need to check out. But really, I don't want all those pictures on my phone forever. I want to put them somewhere safe because I do photo books. Are you falling again? No.
Well, and that's just where you've got to get an external drive.
Babe, I got one. It's not the external drive. It's getting it from the computer to the external drive.
It takes 9 hours to do that.
It takes about 45 minutes to 2 hours to do a 20-minute video.
That's insane.
Yes. Yes.
It looks like to me you can hook it up and you can drag it.
No, you can't drag it. You cannot drag with Apple. If y'all can drag, tell me how. Because I haven't been able.
I guarantee you can drag.
Okay. Well, you need to research it for me in your spare time.
Drag drop, guarantee.
Okay. Well, even if you drag and drop, it's going to take that long to process.
I don't think it will.
Okay. Well, you figure out.
Back to the original. So,
John, they may not want to hear this whole
I
story.
really wanted that gun. And the salesman kind of talked me down a little bit from it. He's like, well, you probably could start off with this other gun if you not run one of these
You
and
said that a while ago.
and then build up to the other one.
You said that.
Okay. Well, as soon, and I'm sitting there, it's still running through my mind that I want that gun.
He's indecisive.
And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, okay, I got to run this gun. I said, well, I won't take that one for sure. I'm going to get that one. And I told him, I said, I'm buying a gun before I leave here today. Come back, and he started putting the gun, which I had him. I told him, I said, I want to see the box. I want to see what it comes with, how many magazines and all that. So he starts putting the gun in a bag, and I'm like,
The smaller one? The cheaper one?
no, the more expensive
Oh,
one.
okay.
So I could tell that he wasn't putting it back out on the display case, and I said, so you not putting it back out? No, the guy called and said if you didn't get it, he wanted it. So
That's when you should have said right there, okay, I want it!
I know,
I want it!
but it's like I'm not.
But see, I just don't think it was the gun for you. I don't think you needed it. I think that it just went through your hands because you don't need it. And then I think you'd have buyer's remorse that you spent that much money on it.
I don't know.
Oh,
We'll
Lord.
never know. Will we?
We don't drink, but I think I'm going to have to get you a margarita.
Wow. If I did,
You'd be drinking one?
I'd pull one, as they say.
Pull one.
Or
Yeah.
whatever they call it. I don't even know the language.
He's never been drunk a day in his life. He's never tasted beer. I've never tasted beer. Anything that looks like horse pee, I'm not drinking.
But anyway, I bought a gun. I'm going to shoot it too.
All right, I want to give a shout out to a channel, another Alabama channel, and I have watched her off and on through the years. She does, we don't need all that. She does a really nice vlog. When she records, she puts a lot of work into her camera work, where I kind of throw mine up and it falls down. I'm gonna slap you. I can see you in the camera.
Oh, my bad. Look at the lens. Look at the lens.
So, but her channel is Cosmopolitan Cornbread. and she lives in the Huntsville, Alabama.
Something else there for a second.
Huntsville, Alabama area where we bought our car. And I've started watching her channel again. She will work a man to death.
What?
The woman, shoulders and muscles.
What do you mean?
And
she will work a man to death, or does she work?
She works like a man. I'm just saying, if a man's working with her, she'll work him to death. She puts up fences. She has this huge garden, and they're homesteading. And they were in the military. Okay, we don't need to see your guns. She's got guns. I'm telling you, she's got guns. They were in the military and they lived in Alaska. And then they've been in Alabama for several years. And John, you are really distracting.
I'm so sorry about that.
Getting on my last nerve.
I'm shivering to sweating. So,
He's on my last nerve.
Just saying.
Last weekend it was my big head. This weekend you're getting on my nerves. Back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. She has a big garden, and she does, canning, and she cooks and makes all these different recipes. But they had been in the military, and I think she has 2 or 3 sons that are grown now. It's just and she's a Christian lady. Very interesting channel, and she's an Alabama girl, and I just really want to give her a big shout out, because she's got a good channel, good clean. I mean, she amazes me. I've told her on the comments before, I said, you amaze me at all the stuff you do. She just amazes me. So I want to give a shout out to her. Her name is Constance. She calls her husband Mr. Smith. This is Mr. Light. He's feeding like a zombie now. Well, baby, you were distracting. Nobody was listening to what I was saying about her channel because you were being so distracting. See, I told y'all he can be really quiet or he can be really mischievous. I've told y'all that before. Now you've seen it. So, but anyway, go check her out. Tell her Suzanne Light from Alabama sent you, because we don't communicate a lot. But I've just really started watching her channel again lately and just really enjoying it. So anyway, thanks for all the great comments on the Bible lesson. I already have another one recorded that's going to really be good too. And I'm really getting my groove back, getting back into the Word. COVID has thrown a lot of us for a loop. It has me. And just Janice, my BFF, sent me an article today where there's a young man that has not regained his taste after 5 months after having COVID. But UAB is working with him to try to get his taste back. So I
think there's somebody at our work that's been diagnosed with it, and they've lost their taste and smell.
Well, the ENT that I went to, I was at 4 months not tasting when I went. And he had not seen anybody with that long. He had told me 4 to 6 weeks.
You regained most of it, haven't you?
I told them the other day, I think about 70%, maybe 75. It's kind of hard to gauge, what it is. There's times I'll eat something and I don't really taste it. But yes, I am tasting again. So, and I feel like it's going to come back. There's some things that it just does not taste the same, like I'm not getting the full taste of it. So
you might like Spam.
I don't think I'd like Spam because of the texture. It's got that texture thing going on. I have a texture problem with food. So, all right, we're going to get out of here. We're going to a different place so he can go buy another gun shop.
Well, just to buy some ammo.
So, just to buy some ammo. So that's only like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, they're probably sold out by the time we get there.
Okay. But we're going to we're going to get our Mexican tonight. And anyway, just trying to keep up and let y'all, since I left you hanging for a few weeks, trying to catch up on some of our videos. So, and now that I got him calmed down and behaving over here, he might do good the rest of the trip. And we might be going off next weekend too. Kind of excited about that. So we will.
There's a thing about nights.
What? It's not nice, is it? Yes, we may be taking a weekend trip next weekend. So just the two of us. No grandkids this time. So I'm kind of excited.
Some gun shops.
Oh my gosh. We already stop at every coin shop there is.
That too.
That too. So I might make it there. But of course, if we go, we'll take you along with us. So anyway, love you guys. Tell them bye. You're so subtle, man. You calm down, baby.
You're taking all the fun out of it.
Well, baby, you're over there doing all this, and I'm talking about Constance, and they're watching you.
You're talking